No crack line there.
Oh, you bugger. Gotta get me some flappy paddles. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes guys, and welcome back to the channel. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to access the secret menu, which includes the dial sweep and also some fault codes. You can see engine speed, things like that, through the instrument cluster on the Mark II Focus ST. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump straight into it and I'm going to show you how to do this. Right, so basically if you look at my dials, they're stuck in awkward positions due to the battery going flat. Now, how to get into the secret menu, this here, you hold the trip button in, which will reset your mileage, but if you keep it held in with the ignition off, hold it in, turn the ignition on, and then shortly after it will go into test mode. So we'll try and do this while holding the camera. Right, so we hold this button in, wait for the mileage to reset to 0, and then go to position 2 on the ignition, still holding the button in. And what happens now is it comes up with test on the dials, and it says gauge sweep. So what it's doing now, it's sweeping the gauges. If we enter into that, it should. LED test, run level, target run, I think that's something to do with fuel. Manufacturer start 66. Manufacturer hours. No DTC codes. Now, I do believe that the DTC codes are just for the dials. They don't work for other faults, but I could be wrong. Road speed in miles per hour. So if you wanted to run this test while you was driving, you'd have a digital speedo. Road speed kilometers. Speedo gauge. Engine speed, RPM, tacho gauge, ODO roll count, fuel AD input, which is scrolling between about roughly on average about 143, fuel gauge 133, fuel flow, fuel percent, engine temperature, temp gauge, battery is at 12.1 and 12 flicking between 12.1 and 12.2 volts. Distance to empty 66 miles. Reef 15.8 mpg. PATS key flags, AD input. There's a lot of stuff on here which we need to sort out a bit more in depth. Descriptions. Loads of ports. Personality. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to shout Mark over now and he can just have a quick look at this and give his expert opinion as to why the needles on the Speedo are staying where they are, because the fuel and the temperature look pretty much spot on now compared to what they were, but the miles an hour is staying at 40. So we'll just shout Mark over now and we'll have a quick look. So basically the experts jumped in, and by going on and off with the keys on the ignition, it's now dropped back down to 0. So that should have found its place now.